Former Polly Peck boss Asil Nadir appears at London's Central Criminal Court, the Old Bailey, this morning, 17 years after he fled Britain accused of a £34 million fraud. Well, the collapse of his corporate empire rocked London's financial market, and shareholders saw their investments turn worthless overnight. Nadir flew into London last week saying he wanted to prove his innocence. Bloomberg's Cookson has the story.
This was the moment last week when a fugitive returned to the UK saying he'd come back to clear his name. When he fled Britain, his reputation was in tatters and he'd left a trail of debt. Now both Nadir and his nearest associates claim he was framed in an international conspiracy.
He was a high-profile person in northern Cyprus. It's always been a political football. And I don't think British and American governments liked seeing a man with so much power in a country where they wanted a settlement.
At its peak, Nadir's Polly Peck was one of the world's major conglomerates with assets from clothing to fruit. It included Santana in the US, Del Monte in South America, Shark and Russell Hobbs in the UK, in Cyprus, Sunzest and Unipac, Vestel and Pizza Hut in Turkey, Sansui in Japan. And it was all controlled from this office in London's Mayfair. But a police raid, part of a serious fraud office investigation, triggered the collapse of Nadir's empire. Bankrupt, the tycoon escaped Britain on a private aircraft piloted by Peter Diamond.
I remember him saying halfway across the channel, "Which way is France?" And I said, "It's there." So he said, "Am I out of English airspace?" I said, "Yes, you are." He said, "Thank God for that."
Now Nadir's back and facing dozens of fraud and theft charges. The big question is, does the prosecution have enough solid evidence? In 17 years, witnesses have died and some of the paper trail is missing. A senior official here at the Serious Fraud Office has told Bloomberg the prosecution faces what he calls a challenge in the Asil Nadir case. And some lawyers believe it could be kicked into the legal long grass for months, even years from now. But that doesn't suit Nadir. He wants his day in court to prove to the world he's not a multi-million-pound fraudster. Cookson, Bloomberg, London.